I'm Robin with Oxy-Dry, and today I just want to talk briefly about the handle release on your typical rotary machine, which this is an NSS. This would be this is actually a Hawk. Basically the same idea, where you have a pinching mechanism. The lever that goes up to release goes down to lock it in place. This one is considerably better than the one on the NSS, which I'll show you in a sec. It's a much more just robust, better. The whole clamp is better. It's a solid piece and everything. And I'm going to show you what the other one is like in a sec. And if it does get a little bit with a problem, you can tighten this, but be careful, because you can over tighten and end up crushing your pipe here. So you want it to work, but not clamp on there so hard that you actually compress the pipe and distort it, which can be done. I have seen it. So here's the NSS, and it's definitely not as robust a setup with the way that they've done this pressed steel kind of a thing, rather than the solid one that the Hawk has. I actually had an NSS many years ago, and I had to replace this whole assembly because it wears off. The shoulders in there will eventually wear out. And actually, I'd sold this one to Roger, but he was having problems with it not holding properly, and so we brought it back, and then I sent him off with the Koblenz, and I'll deal with this thing and sell it to some janitor, I guess. Anyway, the issue that happens is there's a couple of wear points on these things. So obviously this shoulder right in here will wear, and you got to be careful of that. And so putting a little bit of grease in there once in a while, use synthetic grease, is a good idea. Plus, you can see this has been chafing really hard on here, and the reason is because this part right here, this is mild steel, everything here, but this is actually like a little strip of aluminum sort of bent around there, and it's actually the part that is really pressing with the you can see this where this is. There's these points here, or these contact points. There's 4 of them. See that? It actually presses into that aluminum sleeve, I guess we'll call it. And as it goes up and down, it's what is gripping against the handle here, and gives it the ability to lock in place. But this is a wear point, and what happens is what happened on this one is where this is pressing up against the aluminum, it actually had worn a hole right through, and it was actually the mild steel was then rubbing against the mild steel here, which is a problem. What's your problem, Jesse? Oh, I see. Okay. Right. Don't bark. Okay. Anyway, so I pulled it all apart, and I cleaned up the you have to open this up, and then this will pull out of there, and then I put it on the grinder in there because it was sort of bent inside there a little bit. I had to just do a little bit of readjusting, and I put it back together. Now it seems to be working pretty well, I think. Yeah, you want it to get the lock, but you want it to be able to release and then go up and down without binding. Yeah, okay, because it was being a problem before. I think I got it straightened out. Now you can replace this. Actually could be replaced. I could probably go get a piece of really thin aluminum and cut it to shape, and you know, bend it over with a hammer or whatever to conform, and then just put it in place, or just order the part. Probably, I'm sure it's a pretty standard piece, because this is a pretty standard setup. This, what you see right here. In fact, a lot of machines that you go and buy, they may have different brand names on them, but the reality is they're probably mostly coming out of one factory. They just rebrand them, a little bit different color, slightly different parts here or whatever. But this is a standard handle, as well as this. This is the one for the Hawk, but I've seen this setup on other machines as well. So it's very sort of a standard setup, and the way that they had it set up, the way that the supports for the handle come up off the wheels and everything, that's very standard. And it's actually, how do I say it now? It's cheap. It works. It'll last you a few years, but these are all wear points. I mean, Roger's got one machine where this is worn out down in here too, so all these things are wear points. So just bear that in mind if you're looking at another rotary machine, whereas with the Rabbit, it's quite different. Mind you, this one's modified with the big wheels, but you get the idea because this is a solid cast aluminum base, and it's much better made. So anyway, bear that in mind when you're looking at other machines that are out there. That they're all pretty much standard as far as how this whole mechanism is, and it's really a lesser quality build. It gets the job done, but you know, this is a machine that is not intended to last for decades like these machines actually are. So anyway, bear that in mind. So if you've got a machine and you're having some issues with your handle release, just check this thing out. You may have to replace that, or even the whole the clasp and everything, the lever. But anyway, there you go. Hopefully that will help some of you guys out, and I'll let you go. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.